what I did to draw the short straw, but somehow I've been nominated to make the first speech. So, if you cannot understand me, come to this table, they'll interpret it for you. So I will try and go as slow as possible and try and crack some good jokes with Ryan. But before I say anything, I just want to say thank you to you all for being here today to share this special day with Ryan and Paige. It really means a lot to Julie, Jim, Angela and myself to see so many friends and family in the same room to celebrate this special day. Thank you very much everybody for coming and making the effort to come here. We really appreciate it. So as the host said, my name is Stephen. I'm rather Ryan's father. A lot of me think that we look alike, but I think we do. But when we get to the bar at night, I'm the one with the long hair. He's the one with the short hair. So don't worry about that. You'll never get us confused. My hair is way longer than his. So let me share some fun facts about Ryan. Ryan, this is what he used to do. So I go right back to when Ryan was a little baby. I can't even remember what old it was, because it's either 2 or 3. He had a green rocking dinosaur. Do you know the dinosaur? He would rock on it. But Ryan didn't like to rock on the floor. Ryan decided to put it on the back of the sofa. And repeatedly we told him, Ryan, no, you don't rock the dinosaur on the back of the sofa. He fell off, caught his head on the heating vent, off to ER. Stitches. I think that scar along the back of the head is the heating vent one, so that's just so you know that, Paige. Yeah, it's still there, it's never gone away. So at the age of 4, Ryan started playing hockey. And you think Ryan's a pretty mellow guy. He never does anything bad, but I don't know how many times we were in the hospital after playing hockey and lacrosse. Angela and I spent there for concussions, broken ankles, multiple broken wrists, from Ryan in his hockey days. Sometimes he would be so passionate about playing. I remember him breaking his wrist in lacrosse. We didn't tell his mum that he put a glove on, a bigger glove on, and played hockey, and the next day he got a broken wrist. So mum didn't get to know that, so we're a bit quiet about that one. Okay. So I'm going to get into it. You heard them talk a lot about, you've heard last night in Wonder's speech and Paige today, Ryan and Paige went to camp. Well, how did Ryan get to camp? Well, we went on a visit we were living in Colorado at the time, and we went to California. And my boss at the time, he thought this was great. He showed Ryan this video of this summer camp that he put his daughter to. So Ryan goes, I'm going. He goes, Ryan, you're only 10. And the camp's in Sierra Nevadas in Southern California. You can't just go on that. He goes, I'm going. So the next year, we stuck him on the plane in Colorado, sent him off to Fresno. So I think this is where the journey for Paige and Ryan began, at the summer camp, Gold Arrow summer camp. Ryan progressed from camper to camper counsellor, and finally stopped going to camp after 10 years. I think he waited to get 10 years because he wanted to get his free blanket. So they got a blanket at 10 years, and he was insistent he wanted that free blanket. So, as a camp counsellor, they selected nicknames for each other. The happy couple sitting over here were Zinc and Pesto. I think Ryan was Zinc because he's so white. He kept on slapping on all the zinc to keep himself away from the sunburn. I'm not quite sure how you got Pesto, Paige, but that's the other thing. But it's funny, I know some of these groomsmen sitting at the table. Until last night, I only ever knew them as Wonder, Sandwich, and Manor. I did not know their real names. So for 10 years, I've heard them. I've heard their names. I was, oh yeah, Manor, Sandwich. Sandwich even came to my house, so we're still calling them Sandwich. So apparently, camp was the beginning of the romance for Paige and Ryan. Although they never really knew exactly what was going on and when they were dating and when all that happened. Tell a little story. It was one Thanksgiving. I got a call from Ryan. He goes, Dad, can Paige come for Thanksgiving? I'm going, oh, of course, yeah, no problem. Paige can come visit us on Thanksgiving, but who the hell is Paige? He goes, oh, it's my girlfriend. I go, girlfriend? When did you start dating a girl? I never knew you had a girlfriend. He goes, well, Dad, you never asked. So I never told you. So if you want to know anything for Ryan, you got to ask him. He will never tell you. If you ask him, he'll tell you, but if you don't ask him, he won't tell you. Okay. So a little hint for you here, Paige. Okay? Ryan, playing hockey, was also known as a rule follower. He was referred to as Mr. Safety. He would always shut the door, he would never break the rules. So a little hint from me. If you want Ryan to do something for you, create a rule. He'll follow the rule no matter what you say. So just play that rule and he'll get that done for you. So, as you've gotten to know Paige better, we could not be happier that the two of them have decided to spend the rest of their lives together. Angela and I give you our fullest blessing and wish you success in life and marriage. We want to wholeheartedly welcome you to the family, and I have a little special message from Angela. Please take care of my little baby boy. Now, everybody, please join me, raise your glasses, and bride to the bride and groom. May your two experiences of all the joy and the happiness of marriage life brings, and may forever forget the experiences and the love brought you together. Ryan and Paige, cheers. Congratulations. Thank you.
But I'm even more honored that they are allowing me to have the microphone unattended for the next 3-4 minutes. I wanted to start off with some shout outs. We have people who have traveled from LA to Scotland and everywhere in between to celebrate with us tonight, so thank you all for being here. Next, Paige, you look absolutely beautiful. Ryan, looking good as always. The photos we have stood outside in the scalding heat to take are going to look amazing, especially the ones that include me. Today has truly been a dream. They say your wedding day is the best day of your life. I've spent the entire day wondering how this day could surpass September 15th, 2014, which is the day Paige and I became friends, but this could be a very close second. I met Paige almost 8 years ago on our sorority's bid day. We have spent many of our days frolicking through the streets of East Lansing, and now through the cities of Nashville and Greenville. We have stayed up all night, literally until 5 a.m., watching the world-famous, award-winning Twilight movie saga while drinking 6 bottles of wine. Paige has made me laugh and made every day better. I've picked Paige up when she's sad, and quite literally picked her up from the McDonald's parking lot when she was too hungover to stay in class. I'm sorry. Paige and I have made some pretty spontaneous decisions together, including booking a flight 6 hours before takeoff, just so we could go drive through a southern blizzard for our favorite store's yearly warehouse sale. When Paige first asked me to be her maid of honor, my mom asked me if I knew when I met Paige if I thought she'd be my best friend forever. At the time we met 8 years ago, my answer would likely be that I didn't know. Crap. But today my answer is that I truly can't imagine Paige not being my best friend forever. She's the reason I believe in true friendship. She's kind-hearted, funny, honest, and trustworthy. Her best quality is that she loves McDonald's just as much as I do. If you looked up true and sincere friend in the dictionary, I bet you'd find Paige's name. She's that friend who will always answer your FaceTimes, even when she's mid-Peloton ride. Someone who would pick up on a whim and drive hours to you just to spend the weekend together. And thanks to her, you will never be the only one crying in the room. Paige and I have been best friends for 8 years. She is truly my soulmate in friend form. But for the last 5 years, I have shared the title of Paige's best friend and soulmate with someone else. I remember Paige first telling us about Ryan. Her eyes would light up when she talked about him. A camp crush turned into a husband. She has that exact same glow about her now when she talks about him. And although there may have been moments of uncertainty, like when she took a photo by herself in front of the Golden Gate Bridge just in case they didn't work out. It was very early, very early. But we all knew from day one that Ryan was Paige's forever. Over the last 5 years, I had the pleasure of getting to know Ryan. From the first time we met and he shared his Jimmy Johns with me when I dropped mine on the ground, to our most recent adventures in Nashville, we have truly formed quite a bond. Ryan. I I have wished for someone like you to love Paige the way she deserves. You are fiercely loyal, incredibly caring, and truly one of the funniest people that I've ever met. You are a terrible co-pilot, and you make your passengers incredibly nervous when you drive. But most of all, you are the best compliment to Paige's personality and the best life partner for her. There's no one else I'd rather share the title of Paige's best friend with than you. Life is really truly a crazy thing. One day Paige and I were 18, crying over frat boys, and here I am 8 years later giving a toast at her wedding to the love of her life. Paige and Ryan. It has been a pleasure watching your love grow from a simple friendship to now being married. The love story you have built is one that people dream of having, and you guys get to live it. It's a story you'll tell your kids one day, and everyone in this room is just lucky to have a front row seat to witness it. As time goes on, if nothing else in this world makes sense, the love you share always will. I love you both, to the moon and to Saturn. May we all raise a glass and cheers to a lifetime of love, happiness, and Ryan hopefully learning how to put the cap on the toothpaste.
I'd be this nervous. I think COVID has kept me a little cooped up, and that was a pretty hard speech to follow, so I'm gonna try to keep the same type of energy, but I was gonna pretty hard limit from Ryan. I think it's because I have the most blackmail, most stuff on him, so. But I've known Ryan for almost a decade now. I met him at the University of Colorado Boulder. We were placed next to one another in chemistry lab, and for the whole semester, I never knew his name. And it wasn't until I finally went over and asked for his number that I figured out his name was Ryan. And to this day, he's still in my phone as Ryan Ziyuken. And from there on, we just clicked. We had so much fun, and Ryan has always been my hype man. It doesn't matter how small it is or how trivial it is, I know when I talk with Ryan, I'm gonna get excited. Whether it's talking about Formula One results, or travel, or straws and drinks, I always know I'm gonna be hyped. Now I do have a lot of embarrassing stories, a lot of fun stories, but I think those would probably be better told over beer. But I will say one of my favorite stories together was when we accidentally walked onto an MTV trivia game show, and then we were proceeded to get kicked out for yelling the answers at the contestants. We checked 6 months later, they didn't air that episode. But, oh, sorry. Losing my pace here. But I'll never forget when I heard that Ryan had a new girlfriend, you know? Because Ryan's always been a reserved guy, you know, keeps things to himself. And well, I was living with him at the time, and all of a sudden I just noticed him taking calls at all different hours of the day and night. So I decided to become a detective. And like Sherlock Holmes, I figured the best way to find out was just to ask him relentlessly until he could tell me all the information he had. And, you know, Ryan's a great guy, you know? And I always wanted to make sure that the person that he chose could keep up with him. The first time I met Paige was at a USC football game. And after only a few short hours, I quickly realized that Ryan was going to have to keep up with her. We had a blast. It was so much fun getting to hear about all your times at camp and all the time you guys got to go see each other. And it was just, it was just so much fun. And it's been so exciting to watch them grow and fall more and more in love. And I'm just happy that Ryan has found his hype woman and now his wife. So I wish you guys a very long and happy marriage, and yeah, I love you both. So I don't know if it was cheers or cheers.